My name is Laura Brennan, and I am presenting a brief analysis of the song lyrics from Little Things, Big Things Grow by Paul Kelly and Kev Carmody. This is intended to be used in a Year 9 or 10 secondary art classroom. After having two very different practical experiences in schools, one in a moderately high socioeconomic area, and which had a multicultural presence but not so much an Indigenous one, and the other, the school I now work at, which is a much bigger government school in a rural area with a large Indigenous population in both the community and the school. The school offers some excellent programs and pathways designed for Indigenous students. However, I am yet to see this portrayed in my method of teaching, the visual arts, which has led me to the exploration of encompassing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives in the art classroom through the use of this song. I chose this text for several reasons. The first being that the simplicity of the lyrics allows the song to be accessible for both children and adults on different levels. The second being the significance of the story behind the lyrics, an important part of Australian history, cultural history, and its secondary theme of intercultural relationships. As Vincent says in the 5th verse, and he told his people, "Let the stars keep on turning, we have friends in the south, in the cities and towns." And the last, but most important reason, being the relevance and context to the intended learners and furthering their intercultural understanding through art, history, and storytelling. I believe this text is appropriate for this group of learners because of the rural community they live in, as they can relate to the themes of connection to the land and have seen, consciously or subconsciously, the cultural overlap of Indigenous and non-Indigenous members of the community working together as common practice. The story or song makes itself available and inclusive to all learners through several literacy pathways. They are able to unpack the text by reading the lyrics, listening, and/or visualizing the events of the story. This in turn allows them to interpret their understanding through their own art practice using visual literacies such as symbolism, drawing, painting, photography, and so on. The element of this storytelling is an important tradition in both Indigenous and non-Indigenous culture. Therefore, I found it to be more than fitting to incorporate the 8-way pedagogy into my teaching strategy, thus allowing for both shared and individual deeper intercultural understanding. As the song suggests, this is a story of something much more. As an Anglo-Australian, this unit has allowed me to open my eyes to deeper intercultural understanding, and I am now determined to build on this as well as incorporate this understanding into my work, my next placement, and going forward into my graduate teaching practice. I will now like to leave you with this symbolic visual moment of the tall stranger who appeared in the land and through Vincent's fingers poured a handful of sand.
A great ceremony, through Vincent's fingers poured a handful of sand. From